Hello, everyone, and welcome to Overthinker. This question that I pose, when did we all start joking, not joking, is it's a question for like it's a question for myself, and it's also a different question in a different way. I mean, it's the same question that means a different thing for society, I guess. I say that word too much, but I'm going to use it here again. So, let's start with society. There's this whole everything has turned into a joke and everybody knows everything's a joke and it's like we make the joke but we know that it's not a joke still. You get what I'm saying. So I mean that with a lot of different things. So let's go with news. There's this whole big joke that oh, we're on to the next news thing. Nobody cares about the last news thing, right? So there's the war in Russia and Ukraine, and then there's the Will Smith slap or the Johnny Depp trial or whatever the next thing is, right? And it's this whole thing where everybody knows that it's oh, they're just trying to push the next thing. They're just trying to divert attention, keep attention so nobody really focuses on anything. It's like everybody's making the joke about that, but it's not a joke, you know? It's very serious. It's a thing that's happening, and I don't know. It's just I guess it is a joke because nobody seems to care, right? That's the biggest. That's how you know it's the best joke of all when nobody gets upset about the joke. Nobody cares, right? But- and I mean that with a lot of different things too. It's like this whole so again. I I need to start applying different examples that don't show my craziness and hatred for organization and structures. But the whole Epstein thing, right? Like how it's this big joke. There was a bunch of memes made about how he killed himself and etc. But so it got turned into a joke almost, right? This dude killing himself that had all this information about a lot of different people. And but it's everybody knows it's a joke, but at the same time it's very, again, it's not a joke, and obviously that's not what happened. Something sinister was behind the scenes there. The dude could not possibly have killed him. You know what I mean? It's just it's this whole joking, not joking thing. And it's happened on a very large scale. And now I'll go down to the individual level myself. Perhaps this is why it's happening, because of people like me, where again, I almost just did it right there, right? Wow. Where I make the joke, but at the same time, I'm not joking. Maybe it is people like me that do this thing at all points of time. I used to be at this point in my life where I was just joking, right? I was just saying something that I thought is funny based on something that may or may not be true. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Now it's at this point where everything I say is it's got a tone of, is it being facetious or sarcasm? Which one's which? I don't know. But where, I don't know, with everything I do, I don't know. I mean, don't, ah, I don't know how to put this without sounding like somebody's gonna put me on watch or something. But let me just say first and foremost that these are all just thoughts, right? And I'm just speaking aloud. So please just hear them as thoughts and let it be nothing more than that. But anyway, the whole when people made suicide jokes as kids, right? Obviously, it's not funny. You shouldn't joke about suicide. But like you I would make those jokes all the time. And you know, up until a certain point, like I would still make those jokes, and I would do it again because sometimes I just, if as long as it is intended for humor and it is not intentionally maliciously hurting somebody, right? Like one on one, individual or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's I accept everything in that sense. But now it's at this point where like, you know, I make these jokes, but like I really don't enjoy life right now. Like I'm not going to do anything stupid because obviously that's not the right answer. But like there's like it's not a joke anymore. There's something too serious about it, right? Not that I am serious, but it's just I needed to use a different example here for people not to think I'm crazy. Remember, this is all just thoughts. I need to. What would like a different example of this be that isn't as extreme? Well, so on the individual level, I was saying with the Epstein stuff, it's like okay, so I'll use another example. I made the joke. I make this joke often. I think I did it on one of my videos where I said something about like oh just tick. Watching TikTok. I'm one of the Gen Zers. It's just poisoning my brain, right? Like I made the joke, but like I know it's serious, right? Like it's not a joke. I know that it is horrible for me to continue to be on TikTok and scroll through TikTok and waste hours on end with just mindlessness that I know is designed specifically for that purpose. Well, maybe not, the individual creators don't do it, but the people who create the platform they use do, right? I don't know. It's just this whole thing that like everything in my life used to be like it was I'm not saying my life was a joke, but like my life was fun. It was funny, I should say, and I would make jokes. Now I make jokes not joking anymore about nearly everything. So, maybe that's just like being dishonest in a way, and this is why I said the thing at the beginning, earlier about perhaps that's the reason society has ended up the way it has because everybody just keeps joking, not joking, and I guess not caring.
Uh-huh.